here to make us a show-stopping lemon custard cake with huckleberry jam and toasted marshmallow frosting. Look at that.
Mouthful.
Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. Welcome back, the executive pastry chef and co-owner of Cake Monkey Bakery, the best name for any bakery ever, Elizabeth Belkind. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So excited to have you, Elizabeth. Like, I'm just watching you, and just your eyes light up, and they should, for good
How
reason.
could your eyes not light up when you see something as beautiful as that? Elizabeth, this is your, you say this is your go-to spring cake. Which this is quite a cake for a go-to.
Well, it is a showstopper, but it'll please everyone, I guarantee that. It's the perfect cake for spring because it's making really good use of citrus that is abundant right now.
Right.
And also, like, if you're the kind who makes preserves, Huckleberry Jam or any jam that you may have around or buy at a store is the perfect complement to the lemon curd.
I just love the idea of huckleberry anything.
Yeah.
So
this is so good.
Right, I think Paige and Ken and Cameron can all agree. They're very happy.
Yeah, Huckleberry.
Yes, yes.
So we will get started. Over here we have combined most of our wet ingredients.
Exactly.
Which are?
Which are eggs and vanilla extract and milk.
And when you say eggs, you don't mean like 2 or 3 eggs?
Just the yolks. It's 10 yolks, and the reason why is because that makes for a very, very rich cake. And whenever you're going to add 10 yolks to a recipe, you need to also increase the amount of butter and increase the amount of sugar so that it stays tender.
So what you're saying is lots of eggs, lots of sugar, lots of butter.
Fat-free. Lots of everything.
No wonder it's so good.
Yeah.
Exactly. And over here we have our dry ingredients, which are a little different than what we're used to.
Yes, so normally you start with butter and sugar and you cream them and then start building your recipe that way. Here we have all the dry ingredients mixed with the butter first, as if it were like a scone mixture.
Okay.
And the reason why we do this is we're gonna then gradually start adding liquid, and this creates a very beautiful structure to the crumb of the cake.
And this is cold butter.
Cold butter is very important. That'll allow it to crumble up rather than like smear inside the the frosting.
So right here we have some milk that we're going to start with. So you just want to pour that milk in?
I'm glad you didn't splatter it.
No. Yeah.
So initially you add the milk
Okay.
by itself. And then
You just want to kind of get it going, right?
You just want to moisten the ingredients and don't want to add any added protein from the egg yolks to this because that would toughen up your cake. So
then we slowly add that, correct?
We're gonna.
I'm so glad
we can keep it running.
It'll be all right.
You're gonna add this in thirds.
Okay.
And let it incorporate.
Okay, so just for sake of television, we continue this, and then we're going to continue with over here. There you go. I'm not so sciencey. So there you go, Elizabeth. So we're going to turn that off. So basically, we take our batter, pour it in 4 9-inch rounds.
Yep. And
pop it in the oven?
Bake them in the oven for about 50 minutes. You'll rotate the pans halfway, and you bake at 350.
At 350.
Yes.
All right, so then after that, we take them out, we let them cool on a cooling rack, and we put them in the refrigerator.
In the fridge, yes. I would say for like 30 minutes in the fridge. Yeah.
It's easier to.
It's much easier to work with a cold cake than it is a warm cake because your fillings will ooze out.
Okay, so now this is just delicious vanilla frosting.
Vanilla frosting. The reason you use vanilla frosting, or any, well, yeah, vanilla would be better, but is to build a moat so that your filling doesn't ooze out the sides.
So that's on every layer. You do a little moat, and then you put the yumminess in the center.
Oh, just on the outside.
Just on the outside. And then we're going to do, so we have a layer of lemon curd on the bottom. We're going to do a layer of the huckleberry jam.
Now, how did you make your huckleberry jam?
So I call this the fast and furious method. You want to cook any fruit jam with high heat, and you want to stand over it and just stir and stir to allow for a quick evaporation of the water in the recipe.
Okay. Oh, look how beautiful that is.
Yeah, that's so gorgeous.
Stop right there.
So pretty.
Can I just ask where you find huckleberries? Like
So you can buy huckleberries online all year round. They only grow in the summer, and they grow in the Pacific west of the United States, like Seattle, Oregon, that area. They're not a berry that you can cultivate, so it's not available in stores.
Oh, really?
Necessarily. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't
So
know.
if you didn't have access to the huckleberry, what other berries would you recommend people using?
Blueberries are perfect.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you can mix blueberries with a little bit of lemon if you want it to be a little more tart.
Oh, nice.
But this is a delicious cake with any fruit. Strawberry jam, raspberry jam would be delicious.
I just like huckleberry Finn.
Right?
Just saying huckleberry.
Some of the
much more
greatest characters in literature and cartoons
Yes.
were named Huckleberry.
Oh, the hound.
Huckleberry Hound, Huckleberry Finn.
An interesting story I heard about that is that huckleberries were so abundant when the first American settlers came that like huckleberry became like a synonym for like the common thing to have around, which now is no longer
it's the
true.
most uncommon.
Yeah, I know.
Interesting.
But so hence Huckleberry Finn, he was like a very average guy.
I loved him. There was nothing average about Huckleberry Finn. He was
No.
pretty wise, if you ask me.
Look at this.
So now, your lemon custard.
Yes.
How did we make that?
That is, as opposed to fast and furious, low and slow. So any custard you want to cook at a very, very low heat. You want to stir it frequently. And the reason for that is that you have egg yolks in there. Again, egg yolks.
You don't want to scramble them.
You don't want to scramble them.
Got it.
Okay, so now after we've made the beautiful cake, we would
Yeah.
put this in the freezer for how long?
3 hours.
3 hours. Why is that important?
Again, just for the simplicity of frosting a cold cake as opposed to a warm cake.
Okay.
And we're going
we
to.
go. Oh my gosh. It's not a light cake.
No,
All those egg yolks.
Whoa.
it is. It is partially, and all the butter.
So here we go. Slip
go.
that right in there.
Yeah.
And now
And
for
now-
the showstopper. This is very exciting. Okay, so after we put it in the freezer for 30 minutes, this is our marshmallow frosting,
Yes.
which is a meringue.
It's basically a meringue, but marshmallow sounds so much better. So-
And when you're finished with it, it is very beautiful. It just looks like a big white snow mountain.
Exactly.
But why stop there when you can set the whole thing on fire?
Oops, absolutely.
Which is what we're going to do. I mean, we have construction happening in the house. We're setting
No.
things
Yeah.
on fire.
Listen, I see the torch here. I can't wait. I'm like waiting for it.
So I stop every like third of the cake to do the swirls because the marshmallow will start to dry.
Which is very important. A tip we should mention that when you're doing this, you can make the other things ahead, but
yes.
you cannot make the frosting
marshmallow
ahead.
ahead of time. No, that has to be made right before you're going to use it.
Okay. Do you want me to just? I'll do it.
So is
for
it
you.
warm right now? That's why it's soft, or is
That's
it room
right.
temperature? Okay,
No,
it's warm.
it's
I see.
warm. And it's better this way. Like once it starts cooling, it sets right away.
Got
So
it,
you just
got it.
want to work.
Well, you're doing a great job. This
Thank
is
you.
Ooh, I'm doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, with Debbie
Spinning,
as your-
too. I
I'm
don't
trying
know
to
if
keep
you've
it with
noticed.
you.
You always do.
There
Okay,
you
let's
go.
just swirl these.
We'll swirl, then we'll get the top on.
Yep.
And oh boy.
I love your technique for putting it on and then swirling it with the vertical stripes.
Oh, it took me a long time to
That's
figure that out. I figured it out.
There you go.
Okay.
God, it
So
looks
let's
so
get the top
beautiful.
going.
And
It really does. It's like
Yeah,
a,
it's
it's
like a
like a
work of
piece of art.
Now, what if you don't have a blowtorch at home? Can you still do this? No.
Get yourself one.
So go to your kitchen
Yeah.
store and get one.
yes, you can get one at Home Depot. It doesn't have to be a.
Oh, so it doesn't have to be a kitchen torch.
No.
It can be a torch.
Yeah, it can be a
Whoa,
torch. You just
okay.
have to be careful.
Well, at the hardware
Brett might
stores,
have
they
one
sell
of
the little
those.
ones. Yeah.
Brett, there we go.
Yeah.
Where's
Future.
Brett with his torch?
Yeah.
We're
Okay,
ready
here we go.
here.
Are we ready, Elizabeth?
Excited.
That's gorgeous.
I know that's
It really
beautiful.
is.
As
Yeah.
but hold on, here we go.
Hold on. Hold
This
on.
is the real.
Step aside. Sorry. Okay, here we go.
Look at that.
So just be sure not to like park your torch in one spot of the cake because it'll burn instantly. You just have to keep it moving.
So pretty. This is toasting marshmallows at a whole new
Whole
level.
new level.
Yeah,
Whole
it is.
new level. Well, let's do the top.
You let.
My goodness.
right.
Now, is there any way that you can get in there for a taste, Deb, after it's all cooked up and ready to go? Because good luck with that.
I mean, I was just
I'm not exactly sure how you're going to get in there, but as you're trying, I'm going to say the full recipe. You're going to taste it.